Well, I'm Angie Torre, and I'm here with Devon Gunning, the host and creator of the famous, amazing, Practical and Comprehensible conference. And I have some questions for Devon. So, first of all, here are some questions that some teachers have been asking me. Is this a repeat conference? Will the same workshops be presented as before?
Ooh, what a juicy one. I'm so glad that you asked that. So we have many presenters that come back to this conference because they love being a part of it and sharing their ideas. If you guys have come to this conference before and you've seen maybe Allison Litton's bio, in her bio, it says right there, my favorite thing is to share at conferences with teachers. So she has been to all of them so far. And I'm really proud to have presenters that have come back 3 times in a row. I think that means that we have something really, really special. But in addition to that, what is also really special about this conference, and thank you for saying so many nice things about it, I'm really excited to have you be a part of it this year, is that we have a pretty unique professional development experience in that it's community oriented. We have a huge Facebook group that everybody jumps into, and we have Q&A panels that are not really a part of conferences a lot of the time, where you get to interact in real time with all of the speakers and ask them your questions while you're watching the presentations. So even though many of them are pre-recorded, a lot of people talk about how much it feels like we're all in a space together. And, you know, if we were actually physically in a space together, we wouldn't be able to offer it for free. So this is a really unique space that we get to create online together. And that's what draws a lot of people back year after year after year. But that being said, each conference this year rolls around a theme. So every single year we have completely new topics and a completely new focus. Last year, our focus and goal was to have the first 2 weeks of your lesson plans completely mapped out. And people gave different sections of their planning process in order to make that easier for teachers. And when that theme was successful, I decided, let's roll with that and talk about something really important in the proficiency community, which is, how do we make this last past October? How do we make this last past the big back to school rush of excitement and fresh ideas that you have and conferences that you've been to over the summer? What happens when you don't have any energy left? So this conference is all about foundations, foundational routines and habits. I asked every presenter, including Angie, what are the things that you cannot live without in your classroom to make proficiency work for you in a teacher-friendly way? And everybody has very varied responses. On top of that, too, we have a lot of new presenters this year. So you'll see a lot of fresh faces that I'm really excited to bring to this conference space. Something else, the last point here is that with this conference, I like to invite presenters that are not in the world language space, but are still in teaching, because they give us a much more diverse perspective of what our classrooms need from a holistic view. For example, we have a presenter from a special education teacher on trauma-informed practices, because all of us teach students with special needs as a world language teacher. Many of us are in that position. I also like to bring in an elementary specialist who talks about brain-based practices every year in different lenses, because many of you are elementary teachers and all of us could use brain-friendly practices. And we also get general practitioners of culturally responsive practice and different areas that they specialize in, not just world language, so that we get a really full, robust view of how we can dive deep into a classroom strategy. Because for it to really last you all year long, if you want to get serious about proficiency through the whole lens and umbrella of comprehensible input, you have to look at all of it. You can't just look at what are the implementation strategies from the world language perspective. We got to look at the whole student. So that's what we're excited to bring to you this year.
Great, sounds wonderful. And so though some presenters have presented before, their material is different.
Completely new presentations.
Okay. So do you have some names that you can tell me who's presenting? I will be presenting on 13 13 ways you can provide comprehensible input to your students with step-by-step tutorials. But who else is presenting? And what are some of the topics?
Oh my goodness, just you wait for this list. So our presenters are, I will be speaking on how to reclaim your teacher joy. And we'll be talking about the science-based practice of positive psychology and how that really helped me during a difficult teaching season. And right now, the entire educational world is in a difficult teaching season. So we're going to talk about that because one of the essential pieces of the classroom success is you. So we're going to talk about teacher joy. Another great presentation that we have is talking about, oh my gosh, there's so many good ones. We've got one on clip chat. And we have another one on project-based learning. We have presentations for specifically French teachers. We have presentations for specifically Spanish teachers. We've got everything that you might need to fully set up your classroom for success. And let me make sure I'm going to pull up these.
Give me two more, and then I have lots of questions here. So
all right. So let's roll right into it. All right. Well, then I'm just gonna read off a few names for you here because I bet you'll recognize some of these. These are in no particular order, but we've got Allison Litton talking about clip chats, Maria Jernigan from Redshift Education, Bertha Delgadillo, Sherry Sebasta from World Language Cafe, Jennifer Dagenhardt and Teresa Marma talking about novels. Allison Weinhold from Mis Clases Locas, Tia Parnell, Shanina Jimenez, Pav D, me, Bryce Hedstrom, Benjamin Tinsley of Afro Franco, Jocelyn Hubbard, Meg Fandel Vernon, Tracy Rucker talking about interculturality. Margarita Perez Garcia is going to be talking about novels. Jessie Felice is going to be teaching us her Spanish SWAG model. Dr. Cami Anderson, Elizabeth Porter, Angie, and Erin Coleman. And there might be a few surprises on the way. So that's who we have.
So I heard there are 23 presenters and they're all top-notch teachers. Okay. So can I get continuing ed credit for this conference?
I'm so glad that you asked that. We offer a PD certificate to those who upgrade to either the All Access Pass, which is basic access, and we can talk more in detail about that later, and those who want to upgrade to the Launchpad library, which is lifetime access to conference presentations, everything in the All Access Pass, plus a full robust library from the presenters. That's right now, I'm still getting materials in, but right now it's worth over $450. Awesome. But in that, both of those offerings will be a PD certificate. Right now, the All Access Pass is at around 20 hours of PD for the amount of presentation content that you'll be watching. And the Launchpad is even more because you get access to special live workshops. So you'll get more PD from that. We're able to, because I know I've gotten this question, we're able to offer you a certificate of attendance because there are very different requirements for each state and district. I'm happy to email whoever I need to at your financial department, at your PD department to further certify your attendance if you upgrade to the All Access Pass or Launchpad. But we give a certificate of attendance that is more than enough for many districts, but for some districts, if you need additional requirements, just email me and we'd be happy to take care of that. We cannot offer PD certificates for free attendees because we can't verify which presentations that you went to. So if you need a PD credit for this conference, make sure that you check out the All Access Pass and upgrade options.
Wow, you answered two of my questions just like that. And I will be offering for the Launchpad 6 of my very popular videos for comprehensible input. It's over $29 value. Is this affiliated with any university? Let's say I need PD for some university.
We're not currently affiliated with the university because that process is very complicated and expensive. So for us to be able to offer this conference for free, this is what we can offer you at this time. And we're looking into those options for next year. But I'm a one-woman show with my queen assistant Nyla. So this is what we've got right now. But we're looking into it. I know lots of people have asked about that. So it's in the works for next year, maybe if we can pull it off. But currently, this is what we can offer.
Okay. Well, one of the questions was, what if I don't have time to watch all 8 workshops per day? But you answered that, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I want to watch them later, then which is it, the launch pad or the all access pass?
So it depends on which one works best for you. If all you're looking for is, oh my gosh, there's 8 presentations in a day, and put aside even just time, can your brain really process 8 hours of information? Absolutely not. So one of the emails that you will get when you register for this free conference is going to be some guidance and some details on make sure that you prioritize which presentations you want to go to if you plan to attend this conference for free. We're happy to offer this conference for free. But if you would like the full strategy that we're able to offer, that's really unique to this conference, because we do look at a full, well-rounded, this is going to last you all year from many different perspectives. Here, 26 different presentations and workshops that will get you through the whole year and that you're going to need at different points in the year, then you probably want to look into the All Access Pass. The All Access Pass is simple, basic level conference access where you get access to all the recordings forever. I mean, I have some people who have emailed me who attended last year's conference who are like, oh, I'm thinking about this year. I want to brush up on some of my content from last year. You have access for your lifetime, and you get
Lifetime. I didn't know that.
Yep, you get it forever, because 26 is a lot of presentations to watch. So you might need it at different times in your career. With the All Access Pass, you will receive some extra goodies from me, but mostly it's all of the conference presentations and all of the materials related to it, recordings, all that good stuff, and the Q&A replays. The Q&A replays are only available for a limited time. If you are interested in implementing everything that you hear in the conference and you're learning about right away, and to save you a lot of time, then I would look into the Launchpad. The Launchpad is everything we just talked about in the All Access Pass, plus a bonus library of resources. Think your favorite TPT creators, the workshops that you've had on your to-do list for a while, some extra special live workshops that only Launchpad members get access to. That's what's in the Launchpad. So the simple difference between them is that All Access Pass is simple access, conference stuff. Launchpad is All Access Pass plus a bunch of bonus library goodies.
Cool. Can you give me an idea of some of the other quality resources I might be getting for if I decide to buy the Launchpad?
So in my presentation, we're going to be talking about one of the most important phases of your proficiency journey is getting real about your curriculum. But a curriculum is a huge task to take on. And this is what I specialize in and what I help teachers with and private districts and departments work on, that working on a full, robust curriculum, it's like a 3-year process if you really want to get it, minimum, if you want to get it where you want. So in the meantime, I have a really useful tool for you that can carry you through those in-between years. And that is a DIY curriculum template. This is worth almost $100. It's a $98 retail value. And this curriculum template is something that my PD members, as part of my membership program, have access to, and it saves them a world of work. This is just one example of one of the resources you're going to get.
Wow.
All you have to do, it's got all of the actual tools already inside it, all the can-do statements, all the performance indicators, a full unit template that you can just tweak and change the theme of with enduring understandings and essential questions. It'll take you less than an hour to get your whole curriculum mapped out. So it saves you a lot of time.
That's great.
Something special while you're looking in the Launchpad this year is we have 3 live workshops that are going on during the conference that you will only get access to as part of the Launchpad. We have a special live workshop with Jessie Feliz, who is going to be teaching us about Spanish S.W.A.G, which is the proprietary process that she uses to teach Spanish with a lot of heart, authenticity, and an attention to detail, culturally responsive in her words, and to make sure that we're using the correct accents and to give great feedback to students. So it's a really special method that you'll only be able to get access to that actual practice time if you are in the Launchpad. You'll get a link to that call when it's time during the live conference. So there's a lot of special pieces that the Launchpad offers.
So what if it sounds like a lot of these um, workshops are good not only for new teachers, but also veteran teachers.
Mhm. That's exactly right. Because what we're going to be exploring in here is the foundations of a proficiency strategy. And that involves a lot of different pieces of your classroom. It's not necessarily just the target language strategies that you're using every day. It has to do with your classroom climate and culture. It has to do with the relationships with your students, with the personalization, with the activities that you choose, with the top-down unit design that you're working with, which Tracy Rucker goes into a lot of detail in that in his presentation on interculturality. Don't miss that one. That's a good one.
Okay, well, you've answered all my questions. Thank you. These are questions that teachers have sent me. And so I wanted to make sure that they got answers. I think it's going to be a wonderful conference.
Thank you so much. And I know it's going to be wonderful because I have presenters like you who share all of their talents with the teaching community with a lot of grace and heart. And I really appreciate you being a part of it this year. So thank you for inviting me to hang out with your audience for a little bit. This was fun.
Well, thank you and have a wonderful day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.